Welcome to the No Cap Sports Show podcast where sports and convos collide. I'm your host, Fredo, with my co-host, Mo Money, and my homie, Jay Will. What up, fellas? How y'all be today?
Doing good. How y'all doing, man?
Man, we got a lot of shit to talk about, goddammit.
Yes, sir.
We got a lot of shit to talk about, man. How was y'all weekend, though?
Oh, it was great, man.
It was great. It was great. Okay. How about that? Yeah, everything was good the weekend except for that dunk contest, huh?
Man, that shit was whack.
Hey, man, listen. I was on my way back. Actually, I was on my way back home from Mo crib, right? And I was looking at this group chat I'm in with some of my homeboys, and I actually recorded it. And bro, like I got home and didn't even watch it, and I just deleted the damn recording. Like I saw a couple of highlights, and then I saw one of my homeboys, y'all know Saw.
Yes,
Cole Anthony took some shoes off and put some damn Timbs on or something.
Man,
I'm like, bro, yeah, I know I'm not watching this clownery. Like, I'm not watching that.
It's the most depressing shit I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen so many missed dunks in my damn life, man.
Who ended up winning? I have. When I was in the ninth grade trying to dunk, that's what you see.
Okay. From that standpoint, bro, I get it, man. Your boy Toppin from the New York Knicks.
Toppin one?
Yeah, Obi Toppin one, man. But I mean,
he didn't even dunk for real though.
Like, basic shit.
Yeah,
it was nothing transcended. No,
I saw KD post something like my face because he posted a meme of himself when he hit like a big three over LeBron in the finals. He was like my face when I go do a basic ass one hand dunk.
Hey man, the shit was basic. It was terrible. The NBA got to do a better job in terms of that. And what I think they should do, man, it needs to be something incentive laden to get the guys like Ja Morant and you know what I'm saying, and all those other young players, all those other young dogs out there, you know what I'm saying, Zach LaVine or what have you, to participate, man. Because like I said, man, ain't nobody. I mean, like I said, these players are catching on, man. They're like, man, this shit ain't incentive. I'm not risking my shit to be doing this, man, for free or for a couple hundred.
The sponsorships, man, we could blame exposure, man, because back in the day, that's how Mike got his Gatorade contract. You know what I mean? That's how Clyde would get his Converse deal. It's the dunk contest. Well, with the exposure now, they don't need it. You know what I'm saying? What does Ja Morant? I know as fans we want to see him, but real talk, what does Ja Morant really have to gain from participating in the dunk contest?
Okay,
you know what I mean? That's the only way.
Right. Like a couple of million, I guess.
It got to be incentive.
It got to be incentivized.
It got to be 1 to 3 million to the winner. Like
I agree.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like even though that's not much money, but who gonna pass up $3 million?
Hey, bro.
To win a dunk contest?
And from a baseball standpoint, when they had a home run derby, I know they pay $1 million for the winner, what have you. So I mean, come on, man. NBA with these new TV contracts and stuff like that, and like you said, Mo, you bring on some more sponsors, what have you. We know sponsorships is not an issue when it comes to the NBA, what have you. So they definitely need to look into that and make that happen, man. Because Saturday night was just a total travesty. That was a total embarrassment. You know, I mean, come on, man. The NBA, the All-Star game itself was just fantastic.
Yes,
but just the lead up to that with that dunk contest, that was some goddamn crap.
Switch the events, man. Put the 3-point contest last or something.
Something like that, bro. You just something
contest used to be so exciting, man. I don't know.
I agree.
You know, it got that way back in I want to say early 2000s. It got that way when Birdman was in the competition. It had got kind of whacked in too, but then some of the stars and like Nate Robinson and Dwight Howard, they kind of brought it back. Yeah, you know, they brought that. So it's gonna take somebody like that to bring the fun back to it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to Aaron Gordon and Levine, man. Them boys had one of the best dunk contests ever, though.
Yeah, Dwayne Wade fucked that up.
Yeah, he
did. That damn
nine. Come on, Wade. Yeah, still jacked up.
Hey, so what y'all think about that Rising Stars game? I like that format. They did it kind of like the TBT tournament where you got a score goal and it makes them play.
Bro, I liked it. I liked it. I was confused at first in terms of the scoring. It took me a minute to adapt. I was like, okay, tournament. I was like, man.
They ain't explained that well.
Yeah, but them Cleveland youngins, man, they was doing it up, man.
Yeah, they were.
Woo! Gosh. I love that golf.
And then the All-Star game, man. You already know that.
Oh man, it was
that damn Steph Curry is a robot, bro.
Yes, he is.
Hey man, hey, look at I don't think we'll ever see anything like this in our lives, man. Did you see that heat check? I mean, damn.
When he called it off the down screen from LeBron at half, pump fake, took one dribble, bro.
And then turned around on that joint. He walked off on that joint.
Bro, he turned around like he knew it was money the minute left his hand from half.
Hey, man, look here, bro. We got to appreciate these guys that much more. Because, and it does. It makes me, we're like, okay, I'm taking these stars for granted, man. Yes. I really need to enjoy this while it's here, because it's not going to be here for too long. Like we talked about the other day, the Kevin Durant's, the LeBron James, the Steph Curry's, all these superstars, what have you. We definitely gotta give them their flowers while they're here, man. Because we won't see this. We won't see this ever again. And we can go back to the past times with Larry Bird and Magic Johnson and MJ and all these other superstars, what have you, man. But we definitely need to take time and appreciate these guys, man, because these guys put in work, man. It's straight art or what have you.
It's different, like you said with MJ and them. I mean, AI and them was there, but what we seeing with LeBron and Steph and them, that's different. Yes, that's a whole nother level of greatness, and like you said, we gotta appreciate it and stop taking them for granted. Because if LeBron losing to Steph Curry, like what we saw last night, it ain't like he losing to Larry the Cable Guy. And vice versa, they're gonna beat each other, and that's, we gotta expect that. Or if KD beats LeBron in the finals, if he got other great people with him, it's gonna happen. And sometimes I think we get too critical of that when the greats beat each other. You know what I'm saying?
We do, man. And
hey, so question. I'm
go
glad,
ahead, bro.
My fault for it. I'm glad you brought up AI, Mo. So do y'all think? Would y'all say that Steph is more influential on the game of basketball than Allen Iverson?
No.
No.
That's a capital N and a capital O. No.
I'm gonna put it this way.
I'm saying to the game.
No.
To the game. He's not more influential to the game.
Because AI, let me tell you something. AI changed the game from a cultural standpoint, man. From a hip hop culture standpoint.
That's what I'm saying. Like AI is kind of more cultural.
He is, bro.
I don't think he shifted the game of basketball more than Steph. Is what I'm saying. Well, is what I'm asking.
Okay, you're talking about from an on-court standpoint?
Yeah, just the game of basketball. Because AI first came about like when he got that double crossover on Jordan.
Yeah,
people was loving the right to left. Everybody was trying to do a right to left, left to right. Darren Williams came with he had a mean right to left in Utah. So everybody was trying to patent their crossover after AI. But like, bro, everybody over the world, kids, anybody want to shoot half court threes. They want to shoot from volleyball.
We all did the same thing with AI though, bro. Like we
did, bro.
So like that's the and one era. That's like I don't even have a jump shot to this day because I sat there and I dribbled for hours and hours and hours just to get that crossover. Like that AI crossover was something serious. And then when you talk about point guards, right? So before AI came in the game, it was a big man driven league.
Facts.
After AI, it was a guard driven league. Everybody was
they changed the rules.
Next. Yeah, they did. Everybody was looking at the Palming, all of that. Like they changed the Palming rules. AI really changed. He shifted the paradigm. There probably wouldn't be a Steph Curry without an Allen Iverson because he made it possible for GMs to know that I can run a team through a guard.
That's right.
Like that, as crazy as that sounds, before AI, there was no guard that ran a team outside of Isaiah Thomas. That was that small. The rest of the guards, they were paired with the big, or they were paired with the wing.
And let me add this, Mo, and to you, Jay. If AI was playing right now with the rules the way they're set right now, I mean, come on, man, it's easy money, cuz he was averaging 27. He was averaging 27 to 31 as it is, man. If he was playing in today's game right now, where it's open and it's spread out, everything is PNRs and ISO. Are you freaking serious? That would be
you say it all the time, bro. They play with them prison ball rules. When AI grew up in a little bit of that prison era, and so they used to rough him up. You know what I mean? Especially in the playoffs, they used to call it touching him up. So if AI got to the hole, no easy layups, we're gonna touch him up. We're gonna hit him in the rear.
Said it, bro.
We're gonna do some things to him. Today, they be throwing out the game for some of the stuff, especially the Davis brothers, Shaq, you name it. Like everybody tried to get their hands on AI.
Oh
man, it was.
Hey, so do y'all think AI will be averaging more than what Kyrie averaged right now?
Yes,
no doubt.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt, bro. No doubt.
Explain though. I think AI is a better one-on-one player than Allen Iverson was.
I think
Kyrie is a better ISO one-on-one player than Allen Iverson was.
So the difference is, for one, AI was mostly healthy. Like, as much as he took beatings, he played. And then two, that you just think about Kobe, think about Mike, and think about Tracy McGrady, AI. They were all great scorers, and they tried to kill you. Like, literally. It wasn't no let up. They weren't playing around with you. They was trying to drop 30, 40, 50. They was trying to embarrass you. Right. That's what I think Kyrie is missing a little bit. Sometimes he have a little bit too much fun with the game. And that's his things, you know. Right. But I'm just telling you what I've seen from AI. Like, that boy was a killer.
And to piggyback off what Moses said, AI was a serial killer, bro. And it was only a handful of what have you at that time. He was a serial killer, and he just kept going at you. If you listen to Gilbert Arenas, listen to Kobe. Kobe already told you if he was 6'6", we wouldn't. He would be the best player ever. Yeah. Kobe already said that, man. AI was a natural born killer, man. I saw it with my own eyes. I saw it in high school. I saw it all the way at Georgetown. I saw it all the way in the NBA, man. That's just who he was, man. And one thing that he got, and this is nothing against Kyrie, because I love me some Kyrie. And I'm just gonna say against a lot of guards. AI got this, man. Yes. It's this right here on the left side, bro. It's this. That's what he played with, bro. And he didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck if you was 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", 7'1". He was going at you, man. Yeah. And if
I love back some AI. Now I used to hate him because him and Kobe used to battle all the time. But AI, I just had to ask, man. I just had to ask.
And I'm gonna take it.
Change the game, man.
I'm gonna take it next level with you, Jay Will. Right. So Kyrie couldn't hold AI shorts, man, because the teams that Kyrie was on in Cleveland before LeBron got there, when they was in the lottery, that was AI's team his whole career. Yeah. Like that boy ain't never had no help. You know what I mean? It's like going into a game knowing, bro, if I don't drop at least 30 tonight, we ain't gonna have a shot. But I got Aaron McKee, Eric Snow, you know what I mean?
Matt Geiger. Matt Geiger. I mean, come on.
Hey, no disrespect, guys. But they wasn't, AI. I felt bad for AI, man. Everybody else had teams,
and he didn't ask for help. What I loved about this guy, man, you look at today's games, right, where everybody needs somebody to, to solidify. He didn't, man.
But like you said, he had a hell of a heart, man. Like,
but Jay, he was like, you know what? I can win with my mob that I have now. I can win. He really believed that. In his mind, man, that I can win with the mob that I have. I don't need to go ahead and recruit other niggas or what have you to go ahead and play with us. Whatever. I can roll with the guys that I have now. We got just as a better shot as anybody. And he really believed that, man. That's what I love about that guy, man.
I loved it, but I understand why players do what they do now. Because Kobe is my GOAT, but Kobe suffered. You know what I mean? AI suffered. KG suffered. You know what I mean? They spent Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, all these guys that we grew up in our era. Man, they wasn't getting no help, man. They were not getting any help. They had, and then like the team, it would be like this. Whoever organically got the best players on their team would just run. You know what I mean? They would go on many runs, and there were other great players of that era, but they couldn't get help, man. And some of these GMs were just terrible, horrible. Like Billy King, I love Billy King. I love what we doing from an African American perspective. And I
say it again,
Mo. Managers get it, but he sucked, and he got a lot of praise. Because AI was great. If you look at them teams, man, AI, I want to say
there's no way in the world.
There's no way in the world AI should have been playing. And just like my man at the end of Jerry West's tenure, he got a lot of credit for Shaq and some of the other things he did, but he left Kobe high and dry.
You talking about Kurt Rambis?
Man, Kurt Rambis, the Jerry West Kurt Rambis, man, that was horrible, man.
It was, bro. It was, man. It was very bad.
The only teams I noticed in like that era, 96 post-Chicago Bull era that really put good organizations together, it was like the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah.
Everybody else, in the Detroit Pistons for a little while, but they got old. Pretty much everybody else was chasing. The Celtics,
Utah was Jerry Sloan.
Utah was Jerry Sloan. Yeah, but even them.
Denver with George Karl was always kind of solid.
Yeah. But hey, they lucked in. Boy, they sucked for a little while too now before they got Melo.
Yeah, they did. But I'm saying when they got like Melo, JR, and Chauncey, like that late Chauncey Billups with like Nene and Bird, like, they were solid.
They were,
kind
man.
of deep too, low key. They was kind of deep.
Oh man, I don't know. Hey, Kobe and Tim Duncan robbed them boys.
Yeah,
they should have had a chip.
They would have won a couple if they had got past the late. Matter of fact, Trevor Ariza is the reason why they didn't go to the finals one year when he got that big steal in Game 6 with the Lakers, bro, and he gave Kobe a chance at Game 7. It was over with.
Yeah, I know when Denver played. I know when Denver acquired AI or what have you. I know they ran into the Lakers in the the second round or what have you. Yeah,
was it 08 or 09? One of them. Yeah.
I want to say 08 because it was his last year there. They ended up trading him to Detroit for Billups. So yeah, man, that was a tough. Yeah,
they couldn't do nothing with Paul Gasol, bro. Like people underrate Paul Gasol,
bro. He was soft. But that man was a killer. He was a soft killer.
He's a soft killer.
He made some soft moves sometimes, but bro, when he got in that bag, dog,
he did, bro. He was clutching a lot of situations, man, more than you know.
Hey, yo, the Spurs low key though during that time was kind of like the Patriots of basketball though.
Oh, they were, bro.
No doubt.
Them boys was like literally either in the finals or they was damn near gonna go every year.
Hey, that's why Popovich got to get his flowers, man. He's one of the best daggone coaches in NBA history, man.
Popovich he really is. He won't get his flowers right until he take a job and like the Knicks or the Lakers or the Clippers or something, an organization that could be something, and he turns them into. Because we didn't appreciate Phil Jackson. I'm gonna be real. Like if you grew up in that era. Everybody was like, shit, you get me Michael Jordan, I can win 6 rings too.
Yeah.
It wasn't until he went to the Lakers and you saw what he did with Kobe and Shaq that you was like, oh.
I wanted Popovich to go I wanted Popovich with the Nets. I really did, man. I would have loved to see that, man. I would have loved to see that dynamic with Kyrie and KD or whatever, because the shit that Kyrie was been doing or what have you, especially last year. I can't say this year due to COVID, but yeah, he wouldn't have tolerated none of that shit. And that's what I like. He's open and direct with his plays. You see how he getting Tim Duncan shit. So he holds everybody accountable. Yeah. But that's what I love about Popovich at the end of the day. Yeah. So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, guys. So, all right, I know we get in the habit, right? And we talk about who's the greatest of all time, and we go back and forth, whether it's Jordan, and then you got LeBron James, and you got a few that say Kobe or what have you, right? And I was looking at First Take the other day, and Stephen A. Smith had Big Perk on there, and they were going back. Obviously, Big Perk saying that LBJ is the greatest of all time. Stephen A., of course, was rocking with Jordan, stuff like that. So Isaiah Thomas, I think, text Big Perk and was saying that in his eyes, LeBron James is the greatest of all time.
Which Isaiah Thomas?
The Isaiah Thomas. Yeah. The Isaiah Thomas.
I'm about to say
the one and only Isaiah Thomas.
We'll call the other one IT. We'll call the other one IT.
Yeah, exactly. Tech support, real. But
we'll call him IT.
But so Isaiah Thomas had text Perk and was saying, and he was like, because Stephen A. Smith was just saying how tough it was back in the day, what I'm saying, with how the defenses collapsed and the big man and all this other stuff, and Detroit Pistons, the enforcers, and all this other stuff. And so Isaiah Thomas text Big Perk and was like, well, no, actually Jordan had it easier. And I said, I want to really hear this. He said he had it easier because his competition wasn't on the level as LeBron James in terms of competing for championships and stuff like that, right? You competing against you competing against a young KD and a young KD and James Harden and Russell Westbrook. Then you go to San Antonio Spurs with Kawhi Leonard and all. He was just breaking it all down. He was like, think about it. Jordan, okay, you talking about what? Utah Jazz, Seattle Supersonics and stuff like that. You talking about Phoenix with Barkley or what have you. He said there was no competition level that, that compared to him, that, which is not Jordan's fault at the end of the day.
No, it's not.
But
his job is to kill who's in front of him.
Absolutely. But when he broke it down though, bros, I was like, I really didn't think about it like that. It actually makes sense. He was just naming all the people and all the skill sets that LeBron, went up against and stuff like that. I was like, I said, I thought about it. I said, man, I want to share this with the guys and see what their thoughts are in terms of that.
Hey, I'm gonna start, Mo, because you know what? When Ron was on this show, Fred, me and Mo tried to tell y'all this shit
all the time.
So it ain't like this your first time hearing it. Me and Mo tried to tell you and Ron, and see Ron was doing all the talking for Jordan, so you was like, exactly, Ron, get him, Ron. You know what I'm saying? But bro, we tried to tell you, it's not taking nothing away from Jordan, bro. Jordan was great. Jordan's job was to kill whoever the hell was on that schedule,
and he did.
It's not his fault, and he killed. But bro, when you look at who he had to play, we tried to tell you. And I think I brought it up, and Mo said, you know what, Jay, let me take it from you, because this is during my time. I got you. Mo said, if you look past Detroit, if Jordan got past that Pistons team, it was nobody he had to play. It was nobody outside of the Pistons who gave him competition. So, but if you look at LeBron, we tried to say, well, LeBron had to play arguably one of the best teams that was assembled ever with KD, Steph, Clay, Draymond. I'm talking about all those guys were healthy at that time.
Absolutely right.
Then you got LeBron having to go against that Pacers team every year with Hibbert, Paul George. Like that team with Danny
Tinsley,
Granger,
all them guys.
Danny Grant. And then, like you said, when you get to the finals now, you got to play against, the Spurs. You got to play against that loaded Mavericks team who nobody gives credit to. Why? I don't know. That Mavericks team was well put. Like LeBron literally, bro, I'm not a LeBron fan at all.
Right.
But you got to call a spade, bro. The dude played way low. And I get it. These players on these teams probably not as good as the players were back then. But when you got all of these guys on one team and that's who you got to play, that shit is a lot, bro. It's a lot.
So one of the biggest things too, when I talk about Michael Jordan that nobody want to hear, is when Michael rode in the gym, he rode in the gym with arguably the second best player. And that's on both teams most nights. And that's Scottie Pippen.
Yeah,
because I mean, you look at it, I look at the Sonics, right, with Gary Payton and Sean Kemp. I would argue that Scottie Pippen might be better than both of them, right? Okay. If you look at it and you go and you talk about a prime Scottie versus a prime Charles Barkley, I might take Scottie because I'm going to get a little bit more from him. So what I'm saying is whenever Michael rolled up, we talk about super teams all the time, but he had a built-in Superman with him. Yeah. That's one. But then two, we're talking about skill too, because back then coaches were so much more important than they are today.
They were
because there were coaches like Larry Brown and them, even Hubie Brown. Them guys would scheme you out of a series.
Sure would.
You know what I mean? So that's not happening now because these guys are supremely skilled. There is no defense for Steph Curry. There is no defense for Kevin Durant
at all.
There ain't no defense for Dirk Nowitzki. I don't give a fuck. You can run a box, whatever you want to run. Dirk's still 7'1" with a fadeaway.
Right. You know you can't block a fadeaway at 7 foot.
No, it's impossible. So
go ahead. I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, my bad.
So when the skill started catching up with Michael was at the end of his reign. He didn't catch the real prime Kobe. He didn't catch the prime AI because they were in their 4th and 5th years and they were just starting to take off. So I think Michael's time, he kind of missed what would have been, and even Shaq. Mike never had to play against that Shaq.
Only that, yep.
He played against that Orlando Magic Shaq, right?
And he was still.
And you saw what they did to him. Absolutely.
So definitely, and it's hard to compare eras, man, because at the end of the day, we disrespect Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We disrespect Wilt Chamberlain. And so he got records in there that'll never.
Elgin Baylor. We do.
Baylor. You know what I'm saying? So I used to get caught up in the greatest. I just say eras now, man, because it's hard to go back and discredit. I had to go look up who the hell Bob Pettit was. Man, when you look up Bob Pettit's stats,
man,
that dude was a monster.
I told you guys about Bob Pettit.
I had to look it up once you said it.
My man Jamar on my Facebook page, man. Shout out to him, man. Yeah, he schooled me on it, man. I don't know. I had a debate, and I was saying I would take. It was about the 75 greatest, the 75th greatest player anniversary. This is when it first started, and I said I would take Bob Pettit, and he came back and said, "Man, why would you take Bob Pettit? He led the NBA in scoring. He did this. He was the first. He broke down all this, and I was like." Damn, bro. Yeah. You right. I had to research. I'm like, you right. I said, I can't even sit here and argue with you about that. I said, I appreciate you coming back at me like that, man.
I was like, an all-star as a rookie?
Facts, bro.
You know what I mean?
Facts,
So
man.
it's
Facts.
different. And even then, I started looking at that Tracy McGrady and AI highlight. I grew up in the Tracy McGrady era, and I forgot how great Tracy McGrady was because of the playoff losses. But then the people he was losing to was greats too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I look back at it, and y'all know how I feel about Russell Westbrook. I'm trying to figure out how Tracy McGrady ain't on there. When you look at a skill perspective, Russell Westbrook ain't even in the same conversation with Tracy McGrady.
Yeah.
Just
That's
skill.
facts.
Oh
That's
my
facts, man.
God. That boy was between him, Kobe, and Paul Pierce at one time as who's the best perimeter player. Of course, Kobe won.
I don't get it, man. I don't get that. I don't get that for the life of me. I don't get it. I'm still trying to get past the fact that Dame Lillard is on it. Nothing against Dame Lillard. He's a straight killer. What have you. I just don't think he's done enough.
No.
To deserve that.
Right.
I don't know. You got him on it, but you ain't got Grant Hill on it. So I'm not.
Or Clay.
Right. Exactly.
Hell,
Or
like you said,
Kyrie.
you ain't got T-Mac on there. Like.
Yeah, T-Mac. Oh my God. And now you want to
got
talk
Dwight
about
Howard on it.
Dwight Howard.
Bro, that's the biggest snub.
Oh my God. That's the biggest dominant. You want to talk about a run?
Bro, Dwight really, I want to say, bro, because that's Sa's favorite player. Sa's favorite player was Dwight Howard, which is weird. He's a short point guard. His favorite player, bro. But he's told me one time we was arguing something. He was like, bro, Dwight really had a spurt where he was arguably like the best player in basketball as a big man,
doubt.
bro.
No doubt. I just wish he had more of an offensive repertoire, though.
The problem with Dwight Howard is the same problem that Shaq had, right? They never developed their game. Well, and Shaq had more game than Dwight Howard, but Dwight Howard just relied on athleticism like Blake Griffin did. They never developed an offensive repertoire. Never. He didn't have a drop step, no combos, no anything. He was just an athletic freak.
And he should have never left Orlando, neither.
He should have never. And if you was going to leave Orlando, you got to have a plan.
Thank you, bro.
He got caught up in the hype. You know what I mean? Because you should have stayed with Kobe. Him and Kobe together, if they'd have just worked they crap out, they could have went on a run late in Kobe's career.
Egos, man.
Right.
Egos.
Kobe had a big ego. Dwight had a big ego at that time. It was just egos.
Agree, bro. So let me go back to my original point. Now about Jordan and LeBron. Right. I want to make this perfectly clear. Jordan is the best basketball player that I've ever seen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That I've ever seen, and you know what I'm saying, coming up. That's just facts. That's just law for me. Right. I can't, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to minimize what LeBron has done. I'm not going to minimize that at all, because at the end of the day, man, this dude is full of greatness, man. And like I said, man, I have to be accountable, because I gotta appreciate greatness when it's presented in front of you, bro.
Right.
And it's going to be gone, you know what I'm saying, soon. So I was like, you know what, man, I have to really, I really got to sit back, man, and just really watch this guy, from the beginning to the end, from 2003 all the way to now, man. He has not disappointed, man. He's exceeded every expectation possible.
Yep.
Has not been in no trouble. Has not been no trouble with the law. He's done everything. He's been squeaky clean. Is he perfect? No, he isn't, man. But you talking about on the court, off the court, an ambassador of the league. He's carried it well, bro. And like I said, hey, I got to get that. I got to get that man his flowers, bro. Yeah. I really do, man. And like I said, we do get caught up on you know what I'm saying, on these different players and stuff like that. Like I said, MJ and LBJs and stuff like that. What have, trust me, I've been the main cog in it, or what have you, going after Jordan hard or what have you. But you're right. It comes to a point, man. You got to understand greatness when you see it. You saw it when Jordan played in his era, and you're seeing it right now with LBJ and Kevin Durant and Steph Curry. And you know what? The league right now is in good hands so far. Right now.
Hey, let me ask y'all something. So I asked my mom this I think 2 nights ago, maybe 1 night ago. But I said, so okay, if LeBron stay at this high level he's playing at right now, right? And he plays at this level long enough to allow Bronny to come into the league, they play together and they win a championship together. Would that add to his resume as being one of the best of all time?
He's already the best of all time. That's what I'm saying.
I asked her to be the best of all time, the absolute GOAT of all time.
in some people's eyes, I don't care what LeBron does, he'll never be better than Michael Jordan.
Thank you.
In some people's eyes, you know what I'm saying? That's just like,
and he's right. And Mo's right.
For some people, right? Like the era before us, Wilt Chamberlain and Elgin Baylor and Bill Russell, they Michael Jordan couldn't do nothing. Or even some people, right? Let's say some people born in like the 50s, right? Magic Johnson was it. There's nothing Michael Jordan could do to sustain. Because if you think about it, Michael Jordan, and this is where you start getting into like, just talk to some of them, right? He never beat them guys in their prime, and he had chances.
He didn't, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So
you saw what Boston did to him. You saw what Detroit did to him.
And the Lakers too, when he went out west, them boys would kill him when they were in their primes. So I don't think there's nothing that LeBron can do to change a certain demographic or a certain age group's name.
Because Stephen A. Smith said that.
Because if you think about it right now, right, we confuse dog with aggressiveness, right?
Yes.
Right.
Because you're not LeBron James if you don't have dog in you. And sometimes we don't think about basketball organically. LeBron is a forward, right? His job is actually not to score the basketball like Michael Jordan and Kobe, which makes a lot of his accomplishments that much greater. If Michael Jordan and Kobe aren't scoring the ball like they are, then their teams don't have a chance, because that's literally their job. Their job, their job is to go in there and put up as many points on his. Their jobs are not to be point forwards. So when LeBron gets other people in ball, or when he kicked that ball, that's his job. That's what the playbook is designed for him to do. Kick the defense in, suck them in, and kick it.
Well, you know what, Brian? This is what got to stop, man. The comparisons got to stop, because the thing is this: Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan. There will never be a Michael Jordan. Yes, we saw Kobe and what have you. Right. But even Kobe added a couple of different elements to his game, although his game overall did resemble Mike's. Right. However, in terms of LeBron is LeBron James, man. Right. Stop the comparison shit. Gotcha. He's LeBron. He's his own, you know what I'm saying? He's his own entity, okay? You know what I'm saying? If Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson had a baby, that would be LeBron James at the end of the day. That's just what it is, or what have you. But I'm gonna go. Let me say this, Jay Will. Let me tell, and this to you, Mo. What angers, or what used to anger me, and even Double R and a couple of old schoolers such as myself or what have you, is the narratives with LeBron. That's the shit that gets to us, man. It's not LeBron the player. It's the narratives that you know what I'm saying, that he puts out, or that his constituents puts out, or what have you. That's what gets to us at the end of the day, or what have you.
What's crazy is, though, I always tell Ron this: it's a double standard, because Michael Jordan do the exact same shit. Like the flu game, we find out that wasn't no flu game. That was food poisoning. Who you think put that shit out there? The Michael Jordan team. Like it's been that way. Whether you see it more now because of social media and he's active, but these masterful players, right? They've always pimped the media. The only one who didn't and got a bad rap for it is, when we could say Mount Rushmore, would be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, because he didn't capitulate. He just did it his way, and he took a lot of flack for it. That's why he's not considered, in my opinion, the greatest of all time, because he just didn't play well with others. But Michael Jordan, he wrote a certain narrative about his life. We didn't start hearing about the gambling and some of that, which that's his business. But I'm just saying, the narrative that he wrote and that he portrayed was put out there by his team. It was put out there by Michael Jordan. So he did the same thing. It's just that we live in a media age, so it's more now. Because growing up, I'm gonna tell you, I hated Michael Jordan because it was like he could do no wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if Michael, squeaky clean. Like, come on, man. Nobody ain't that perfect.
I like I said, I was a fan. Look here. I liked him as a basketball player. In terms of the person, in terms of the stuff behind the scenes, I didn't like. So, like I said, I can tell you right now, I love LeBron, the man, or what have you. I really do. Opposed to, you know what I'm saying, I respect his basketball game. Yes, he's one of the greats that I've ever seen, or what have you. But yeah, I love him as a person in terms of what he does off the court. Now, to go back to your point, Jay, where you was like, well, elaborate. I give you a perfect, okay, like today, if you look at ESPN, right, the situation with Rob Pelinka, he's upset at Rob Pelinka, or what have you, for not making, you know what I'm saying, moves before or by the trade deadline, what have you. I'm looking at LeBron like, okay, Everybody is going after Rob Pelinka. Well, you guys should have done this, and Rob, you should have did this, and you LeBron is only there for one reason. One reason only, he's to win chips and stuff like that. I'm like, bro, are you fucking kidding me, man? Everything that goes on with the Lakers go through LeBron James, man. Stop that bullshit. The fact of the matter is, you're the one, and along with AD, approved the trade for Russell Westbrook. Okay, Russell Westbrook got there because you guys approved it. It went through you guys, and they made it happen. Right. Now that it's not working or what have you, now you're frustrated at, you know what I'm saying, at Rob Pelinka, what have you. What more do you want everybody to do at the end of the day? You are the player. Look here, we joke around, right? We do joke around, but in all seriousness, we do. Come on now, we do know LeBron calls the shots to a degree or what have you in terms of player personnel. Can we all agree on that?
Well, like if we're gonna say that, then we gotta say it about every great player.
I get that. But yeah, we talking about LeBron right now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But here, I got you, Fred. I'm gonna stop it real quick, right? So the same way that Rob Pelinka put his foot down and said, "No, I'm not trading Russ at the deadline," he could have done that same shit this offseason. Don't start putting your foot down now.
He didn't put his that didn't, you know, that didn't come from him. That came from Jenny Buss.
That came from both of them collaboratively.
Right. Jenny Buss and the Rambuses.
If Rob had advised her differently, or her advisors had advised her differently, the trade would have went down. But after a certain point, they said no. But they should have had the foresight to see that before it even happened. A blind man could see that LeBron and Russell Westbrook couldn't play together.
Yeah, and
both of them need the damn ball.
And then too, real quick. So Fred, I get what you're saying, right? But these narratives that you getting mad at though, is that LeBron saying this shit, or is this the media putting it out there? Because if I'm a media guy, I can put any spin on anything to make my whoever I'm writing reports from get us some notification. I can put anything, because they said Clutch Sports is angry with Rob, but Rich Paul and nobody came out their mouth and said anything yet. Just how when I really stopped listening to all this media shit, when Chris Broussard said, when that Kawhi Leonard situation was going on with who he was getting traded to, right, he said, what I'm hearing from Kawhi Leonard's camp in the media, Kawhi Leonard is 99.9% a Laker. Then this motherfucker went to the Clippers. Like all this media shit, bro, you can't get mad at none of that unless it's coming from the horse's mouth. So
you're never going to hear from the horse's mouth.
Okay,
man.
Then so why we get mad at these narratives then, bro?
Man, let me tell you something, man. Look here, bro. You know, just like I know, man. LeBron got a lot of power behind the scenes. Basically, LeBron basically owned ESPN.
Stop that what bullshit. I'm saying though is you saying that you're upset because it's saying LeBron is upset that Pelinka didn't make a move.
I'm just giving you an example. That's not even one of them. I'm just giving you an example.
If LeBron not saying it, then that's not valid, because just like how you sent me and Mo that article from a media guy that Kyrie used to kick Harden ass in practice and call him washed up, bro. That sound like bullshit. That article sounded like a complete article of bullshit.
Hey, look at, I don't know, bro. I just sent you the article just to take a look at it to see if it was true or whatever.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't feed into stuff.
What I don't like about LeBron, bro, is the accountability factor. You know what I'm saying? It's a lack of accountability. When shit go wrong or what have you, it's like, you know what, man? Hey, maybe I need to do a better job or what have you. Like I said, the Russell Westbrook. Look here, man. We're basketball savants. We know the game. I'm not gonna sit up and say I'm a pro, what have you, but I know more than the goddamn average. We know goodness damn well that shit, when that Russell Westbrook trade went down, we knew that shit wasn't gonna work. I said it, you said it, we all said it. It was not
first I said it was gonna work.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, we had to argue.
I'm gonna be real.
Me and Double R had to argue down. Even Mo came on it too. But it's all good though, man. That's your guy. I can understand that you rock with Westbrook or whatever. But I'm like, come on, man. You got two ball dominant players or what have you that can't play without the ball. We knew that wasn't going to work or what have you. He approved, and I was like, man, you gave up 3 starters for this at the end of the day. And then I'm looking at, I had to take a look at myself. I'm like, I'm up here trashing Westbrook, saying he trash and he doing this. I'm like,
he is,
man,
trash.
Okay, but he is, bro. But at the end of the day, hey, look here, man. LeBron and AD pulled that trigger. That's the only thing I'm saying.
But hey, Fred, though, so this is my problem. We got into it 2 shows ago about it. My thing is, if me, you, and Jay were playing together, right? We play together, and pick up. Right. Y'all know how good I am. Right. But me and Jay will play the same damn position. From a general manager perspective, it's your job to say, look, man, I understand what you're saying, but I got this Buddy Hield deal on the trade
Or DeMar DeRozan.
Or DeMar
With DeMar DeRozan. It was both of
It was
them.
done.
That's what pissed me
Done.
off as a fan.
Done.
It was going to
Done.
be KCP.
Done.
It was going to be DeMar DeRozan, and it was going to be Buddy Hield. Done. I got this over here, bro. Just
Okay.
trust me. Shit, if I'm wrong, bro, you gonna get me fired any goddamn way. Let me rock with it the way I want to rock with. That's what pissed me off as a fan. Because of course LeBron is gonna want to play with Russell Westbrook.
That's his guy.
Who don't want to play with another good player? You understand what I'm saying? Like superstar now, I don't think it. But again, I'm not in shorts and t-shirts.
Okay.
Seeing Russell Westbrook play day in and day out. I just know what I see on the TV. It wasn't superstar material.
Then what made it worse, DeRozan said he had already told his camp and his people that the deal was done.
It was
Exactly.
done.
He said to him, under his impression, the deal was done. He was going back home. That's what pissed me off even more now. Like, bro, like this deal was done. DeRozan, whatever y'all had told him, he was already packing his bags, cleaning his crib out. He was going back home. And then he found out on social media that we got Westbrook.
All I know is this, man. And I'm not gonna spend too much time because I know we're gonna go into something else. All I know is this. I trust LeBron from a basketball standpoint, because from a player personnel standpoint, because he's a savant. And that's why I'm just like, did somebody put a gun to your fucking head, bro? There's no way in the world. I was like, bro, I can't believe he did this. He approved this shit. Bro. It don't even make sense, and you can't even get out of it. And then you're right, and then you want to trade. So you want to trade in Houston for John Wall. You know what I'm saying? And then you got and a draft pick and stuff like that. I'm like, I can somewhat understand why Pelinka didn't pull that trigger. I mean, what are you doing? What's that gonna do?
Well, it can't get no worse.
It can't get no better neither.
I feel like hell, try it. You can't get no worse. John Wall ain't known for shooting, but hell, he probably can hit a shot quicker than Westbrook.
From
you can't get no worse, and you get a first round pick with it.
From the monetary standpoint, I think it was better to keep Russell Westbrook from the money standpoint, because John Wall got a player option in 2023, which means he can stay in 2024, right? So then Russell Westbrook is out of there. Either way, he'll be gone this summer. It'll either be a sign and trade, or they'll get a buyout. So I think that's what Rob Pelinka and I know that's what they were looking at. Like, we could be done with this shit this summer. Just eat this up. It is what it is. You're gonna have to talk. That's where they saying, LeBron, you're gonna have to own this. You not getting no championship this year. And it's your goddamn fault. So that's why I was like, we keep saying, Brian, we ain't gotta blame LeBron. You know what's gonna blame LeBron? History. When you look back on it and you fucked up this season because you wanted to play with your guy, that's your fault. And now you got 4 rings and you 1 behind Kobe, you 2 behind Mike. That's where the blame is gonna come in at. It ain't today. It's tomorrow. And in the years to come.
Same thing with Harden too. But
man,
another day.
Hey,
the same thing with KD.
You told me about Harden, bro.
Same thing. I said the wrong name. Same thing about KD. But we'll talk about that.
Please stop with the KD shit. If he don't win a championship this shit, look at
we'll talk about it another day, bro.
Me out.
We will talk about it another day.
This motherfucker got 2 rings.
Okay.
2. He could have played with anybody in the world. Fred, he could have called you. He could have said, Fred, you my guy, you from PG County.
He could have.
I know you can shoot a jump. I want Kyrie weird. I want Kyrie. Give me Kyrie. And I'm going to Brooklyn.
You don't think he's saying that shit behind the scenes to himself, man?
I get it. Bro, I could have played. I could have literally said,
I could stay where the fuck where I was at.
Let's stay. Let me stay and go to state, and let us try to get rid of Draymond ass.
And
if I don't like him that much,
they
would have got, bro. KD said, "Look, I will stay with Steph and Clay if you get rid of Draymond." They was talking about trading Draymond anyway after KD left.
Absolutely,
that man could have stayed, bro. They would have still been winning. Damn, they would have won again this year.
Yeah, I look here, guys. Look here. You know, I'm KD all day, every day. That's my man's in there. PG Finest, what have you. Slim Reaper. It's backfired, bro.
I like it, Fred.
This shit has backfired. Now, like I said, to his defense as well, that James Harden situation. You warned me about James Harden, Jay Will. You warned me about this. Yeah. So when I'm finding out, he never wanted to go to Brooklyn. His first choice was Philadelphia. he just
He went to Brooklyn because it sounded good. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong for a second. Them boys, bro, if Kyrie would have never got hurt, bro, them boys was gonna win the finals last year. Probably they was kicking Milwaukee ass.
Yeah,
like let's be real.
About 50-50.
But I told Son when they was like, oh, bro, no way these guys lose this, that, and the third. And I was like, bro, hear me out though. Like, it's one basketball and there's a lot of ego involved. Like now, not KD, but Kyrie and Harden, it's some ego involved. And like you said, Harden didn't really want to be there anyway. Then with Kyrie doing this shit with COVID, I knew it was gonna blow up soon.
That's what did it, bro.
Harden sounds like the type of guy that'll say, like, I didn't sign up for this shit. I can hear him saying those exact words.
Let me throw this at you, bros. Okay. So Harden gets up here and say that, yeah, he didn't like what, how Kyrie handled things and stuff like that with the COVID. He didn't sign up for this shit. But you know what, man? I'm going to go back to last year, right? Mm-hmm. When James Harden, tore his hamstring up or what have you, and he was out for a significant period of time, what have you, and KD and Kyrie was carrying him, and then Kyrie messed his ankle up, and it was all on KD, right? KD didn't even get it. KD really didn't even get a break or what have you. KD pretty much playing almost 50 minutes a goddamn game.
No, he was.
So, pretty much, right? Especially the last two games or what have you. This Bama Harden had nothing to give the last two games at all, what have you. Everything was on KD. So you would think that, okay, you would keep that, you know what I'm saying? You would just keep that perspective or what have you, especially in this year, what have you. Like, you know what, man? I'm gonna go ahead and stay and just try to work this out, and let's see what so let's at least see how this transpired. By the end of this year, and then I'll make a decision. I'll go to management and see if we can go ahead and get a trade. This Bama didn't even want to do that, man. I'm just like, how can you bail out like that, bro? I'm not understanding that, man.
I feel like Harden coming from it, like Perk said, and I mean I agree, bro. Like, yeah, we could beat Harden up by saying he had nothing to give, but we knew he had an injury, but he came to work. Kyrie Irving just not coming to work.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't sign with your company for all us to get paid the same, but this motherfucker don't got to come to work and I got to come. Like,
yeah,
I feel him on that. Like, bro, at least he coming to work. Like, my hamstring fucked up and y'all know this. I can't even do my double dribble step back like I want to because my hamstring is killing me. But I'm at work. I'm here.
You at work, but you out of shape. You out of shape. You come into camp out of shape or what have you. You stand, like you said, Jay Will, you stand out all night hanging with little baby and all this other shit or what have you. I ain't want to hear that shit.
Y'all ain't want to hear shit. Guy ain't all fucked up, ain't working out.
Exactly. I ain't want to. Look at. I'm prime suspect number one. I ain't want to hear it or what have you. All this stuff. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is right now. And I'm looking at this dude like, okay. And like I said, I like what KD did in the with the little all-star picks joint the other day. Whatever, he took it personal, man. James Harden was there, and he had about 5 other people right there. He was picking everybody else except for James Harden, man. He was like, "Yeah, we need big man. We need more size, what have you." I was like, "Yeah, okay, it's on now. It's considered a rivalry going forward."
You know how we always talk about LeBron, even the Russell Westbrook thing, right? One thing we can always say about Russ, he might not be as skilled as other players, but LeBron always pick guys that's going to show up and represent the game the right way. KD got caught up because both of these guys, that's who their character is. It's been this way. I went back, we was talking about Anthony Davis the other day. You know how I do. I'm going to look it up. Do you know Anthony Davis has played more games than Kyrie Irving in the last 4 seasons? And it's not even close. It's not even close. And this was before KD chose him to be his Batman in Brooklyn. You understand what I'm saying? So this is somebody, he cost LeBron a goddamn championship. Let's just keep it real. LeBron went in there handicapped, and you knew all of this, KD. We can be friends, but we don't have to go into business together. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it just ain't going to work. But if we can make it work, we'll make it work. But all I'm saying is KD he had a whole lot of other friends in the NBA that he was cool with. From what I'm hearing, he was cool with Brad Beal. Him and LBJ
he's coming back home. He's not coming back home.
All right, you could get Brad Beal ass out. He got some clout, you know what I'm saying? He was cool with Kawhi Leonard to a certain extent. Right. You could have chose Kawhi.
Kawhi initially wanted him to come to the Clippers. He reached out to him to come to the Clippers.
I don't think
he said he's coming back east.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I think he wanted to go back to the East Coast.
He did.
You know what I mean? Be close to home and all, but
Right.
not live at home, but be close to home. So
business
that's
ventures and
all
stuff
I'm
like
saying.
that here.
Sometimes you make choices in life,
Right.
and you got to live with them. LeBron living with his, and eventually, if KD don't win another championship, he's gonna have to live with it. Now he's got a shot.
Guy. Hey, I was looking down. I was trying to find this quote that Tracy McGrady said about James Harden. Listen to this for it. This is what I was trying to tell you, dog. Did you see it?
Say it, bro. Go ahead.
Did you see it?
No, I didn't. I didn't. Go ahead.
So he said James Harden has been on. This is from Tracy McGrady out his mouth. He said James Harden has been on 3 teams in 2 years. He puts on bodysuits and fakes his injuries to get out of franchises. There's no way that he can be accepted as a top 5 shooting guard ever. His character is flawed, and all he really cares about is partying and quitting.
Facts.
Then he said, from my knowledge of the game, you don't, because they asked him about the fake injury. You know they're going to ask him, like, what you mean fake injury? He's like, you don't rehab a hamstring by doing step backs in practice.
Facts.
Because him and Embiid was all day, he was working on step backs.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, you don't rehab a hamstring injury by doing constant step backs.
Bro, you know how they playing it. You know how they playing it. He could have played last week, but they got to play it as if.
Hey, Charles Barkley so stupid, right? When KD and them was picking their teams, LeBron was like, "Yo, is James like? Is he healthy? Is he playing? I know he was sitting." Barkley said, "Nah, he was injured, but he traded now, so his is healthy now. He done got traded." Yo, hey, that was the funny. I said Charles Barkley
funny as shit, man.
I never put James on that level anyway. You know what I mean? Because if you can't play in Game 7s. Miss me with that, like, bro. You know what I mean? Like that dude don't never show up to no Game 7.
Hey,
that
bro.
Boy, T-Mac called it how it is, bro.
Hey,
like,
man,
he been on 3 teams in 2 years. He put on that bodysuit in Houston. Then he got the Brooklyn. The first game, he looked like he done lost 30 pounds. Like,
but that's on KD though. You signed off on that shit because you
had bro. You gave
Karis LeVert. You had Jared Allen's an all-star. He was.
They still had Spencer Dinwiddie. They had.
You got to. Yes, well, Spencer Dinwiddie was still there anyway. He had towards ACL or what have you. But you're absolutely right. You gave up all those picks. You gave up. You're right. You gave up Jared Allen. You gave up Caris LeVert. So you're absolutely right, man. And you gave up all of that.
They still trying to replace Jared Allen.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man.
And he in Cleveland kicking ass too.
He is dominating, man. He is dominating. He played good.
He been that good though. He was that good in Brooklyn.
Did you see him? He was developing big time in Brooklyn, man.
He could always.
But looking at it now, man, you look at, bro. You get no argument out of me, man. You guys got me. You guys said it, and you guys right, bro. I would say that. But look at. Before we close out, man, you know we got to address the elephant in the room in terms of what took place yesterday, man, with this Juwan Howard situation, man. This is Juwan Howard scuffle with Wisconsin coach or what have you. When they went to go shake hands or what have you. So, hey, give me your input on that, guys.
I legit would go.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man. Listen, I've been seeing on Facebook all day, man.
Say it with your chest.
People saying, Juwan Howard had every right because you don't violate a man's space. And man, look, bullshit. That's bullshit. I'm going to tell you right now, Juwan Howard was wrong. And a lot of people going to ask, well, how was he wrong, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to tell you, enough with all this. I'm going to stick up for him because he black. Fuck that. I'm team right. That man was wrong. The reason why I say that is, yes, you're right. You don't violate a man's space. That's rule number 1. You never violate a grown man's space. But if I don't put my hands on you, don't put your damn hands on me. Now, it sucks that it's like this, but Juwan Howard, it sucks that it has to be this mindset and we got to play this game. But bro, you're black, bro. You're black. It's already hard enough to get a head coaching job as it is. So now you're a head coach. You're one of the black head coaches at a top school that's doing very well. You changed that program around a little bit. They doing good under Juwan Howard. So now you frustrated because they call a timeout late. Okay, cool, whatever. You mad they call a timeout. But bro, you go put your hands on somebody on national TV because you upset.
And then you pressing them. So I'm like, you down 15, like you pressing.
You trying to get back to him. Like you full-fledged, you just want to fight the man. Like, come on, bro. You dead wrong. And then I see that they suspended him for the rest of the regular season. Honestly, I'm surprised he didn't get suspended for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And then, like, I'm talking tourney and all, because I think he can come back in the tourney.
It's an endeavor. I'm about to look it up now.
It's 5 games for the rest of the regular season schedule for 5 games. So an attorney, he can come back. But I also think too, like if they decide to let him go, bro, I honestly think it's gonna be hard for him to get another job because all this winning that he's been doing, he done really tarnished his coaching legacy forever now because people are not going to remember you for the winning that you did. People are going to remember you for putting your hands on another coach.
I completely agree. And then we all have recency bias, right? I think Juwan Howard forgot how long it took for his ass to get a head coaching job in the first place.
True story.
He was sitting on that Miami Heat bench for a long time under Eric Spoelstra. So that's one thing. But two, as an adult, as a head coach, you are a father-like figure to all these players. You out here recruiting. I understand we all get hot, but you got to keep all of that in play at the heat of the moment. Yep. Now, if you really feel some type of way, you see that team again, y'all in the same conference, and then you do what you do to them. You like, hey, last time they tried to embarrass us, let's hang out 30 on them. Right. Or if you really, really got to take it there, don't do it in front of the cameras. Yep. You know what I mean? Y'all have a conversation off to the side, like men, after the heat of the moment, and you express how you feel, but at no point should you put your hands on somebody. He lucky he ain't get locked the fuck up. That's what happened to real people in the real world. Right. You know what I mean? You got locked up.
And look where the hell you at. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You got locked up in Wisconsin,
man.
Tell me how that worked out for you.
Come on, man. You ain't in Chicago. You ain't in Chicago no damn way.
The reason why he didn't get locked up because he the head coach, man.
Yeah, exactly, bro. If you anywhere else, you've been locked the fuck up, man.
So this is my last point on this. I don't know if y'all noticed in the video, right? But the players, they were calm, right? And as a team, we like a family. So when they saw they quote unquote father figure get into an altercation, they all started fighting. That's a bad
ride with them.
That's good, but that's bad. You know what I mean? Because you're leading these kids down the wrong path, and you're giving them the wrong example. So I'm with Jay Will, man. I'm not defending him. For one, we got to stop if you black or whatever. That's what brings us down.
Yeah, for real.
And we just defending you because of your skin color.
I ain't defending him because he's black. Yeah.
Right is right. He was wrong. The other guy didn't push him. He looked like he was trying to have a conversation. He was explaining himself. You understand what I'm saying? You calm down at the heat of, hey, bro, right now ain't the time. Right now, you keep it moving. I will talk later.
And Juwan was trying to, and like I said, Juwan was trying to speed past him, what have you. And like I said, he impeded, you know what I'm saying? He impeded his progress pretty much and wanted to make a point and explain why. But Juwan wasn't having it. And it's basically just telling them, hey, don't put your hands on me. And shit just escalated from there, what have you. And like I said, look, I don't know the rule book. I don't know what's what. You know, you talk about it's certain things you just don't do or what have you. You're right. He shouldn't have been saying he shouldn't have called a timeout. And he's right, shouldn't have called a timeout, but you shouldn't have been pressing. Why are you pressing? You down 15. You don't, I mean, that was uncalled for too. So you both was wrong or what have you. And that conversation could have been had behind the scenes. And then you right, Jay Will or Mo. Look here. These players look up. You're a role model to these players. These players look up to you. So these players gonna roll how you roll at the end of the day, and you pretty much almost put those players in jeopardy. Yeah. Right. So I mean, and you got to think about that. And what I didn't like that Juwan, and when they interviewed Juwan after the game or what have you, he was not apologetic. He was still, you know what I'm saying? He still had that same energy, and I'm like, bro, come on, man. Yeah. And look here, bro. I bangs with Juwan, man. Even when he was here in DC, I even went to his party when he lived in Mitchellville. Great guy, by the way, man. It's one of my favorite, one of my favorite people. You know what I'm saying, ever in terms of from an athletic standpoint, personality standpoint. Good guy, him and Grant Hill. But I mean, but to that end, man, that was totally unnecessary yesterday. Yeah. And like I said, I was like, look here, I will suspend him indefinitely. And I mean, if they fire him, I can't be mad. Yeah, I can't even be mad if they fire him.
At the end of the day, bro, like we're a college, we're a campus, we're a school.
Absolutely,
like, man. That's making the school look bad too.
And man, we got to set a precedent at the end of the daggone day, man. And so I mean,
not to mention time and place matters, man. Michigan, they had a thugged out image with the basketball program.
Come on, man.
The Fab Five. And it took them a long time to live that image down. It hurt them in recruiting and everything.
Sure did.
And so Juwan Howard, like I say, man, I hope he learned from this lesson. I don't think he'll be keeping his job because let's just keep it plain. We don't get second chances as African Americans. We get one chance. Right, and he fucked it up.
You got to take advantage of it right now. You got to take advantage of it.
Hey, real quick, fellas, before we leave, I want to, real quick, because I know it's 9 o'clock, real quick, we got to go. Give me your thoughts on KG, the way he was looking at Ray Allen when Ray Allen was
if facial expression can tell you anything,
like Arthur, man.
Man, that told me everything I needed to know right then and there. That man was like,
hey, look, but no, Paul Pierce posted a picture that D Wade took with him, KG, and Ray Allen. Ray Allen and KG were standing right next to each other. So now, like, I don't know if the picture was fake, if the beef over. I don't know, but hey, boy, that look KG gave about an hour before that picture.
Yeah,
like that beef was still there.
It told you everything. Now, look, from what I heard, Paul Pierce don't have an issue with Ray Allen. It's Rondo, it's KD and Rondo at the end of the day, man. For whatever it is, bro. Look here, man. That shit needs to be worked out behind the scenes, man. Because look here, that's done and over with. Yeah, he signed with Miami. I understand he used to rock with you guys. At this point, 2022, we gotta get past that shit, bro.
My only issue with the beef is, bro, let's call it what it is. They was gonna trade Ray Allen like 3-4 times. And now the man leave, it's a problem. Right. You know what I mean? Y'all was gonna get rid of his ass anyway.
I don't even know if it's the fact more that he left. I think it's the fact that he left and won. He went and won
and he played with LeBron. And
there's a lot of jealousy, bro. There's a lot of jealousy because Rondo and LeBron used to didn't like each other. They didn't get along, but Rondo came and won with the Lakers.
So my thing is, how Rondo get in the clubhouse? He want to chip with LeBron too. Like, chip with LeBron too. Let's cut this double standard shit. I think it's more. I think it's bigger than that though. I think because KG and Ray Allen was close in draft, I don't think they ever really fucked with each other. Because you can't say that's like me and Jay Will. All of us really, we're a family. Y'all got one incident to fuck up. You know what I mean? Like maybe 1 or 2. You know what I mean? And we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna move on. It got to be deeper than that because you know that one person you really don't want to fuck with, and they do that one thing to you.
And that's your excuse to just let your true feelings out.
They done.
They can be on fire. Let them burn.
Absolutely. Hey, to all the viewers and listeners out there who we love very much, hey, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, the No Cap Sports Show. Tell them what to do, Jay Will.
Make sure y'all hit that damn bell. And now that we are pre-recorded, make sure y'all leave some comments, man. Tell us what you think about the show. Tell us your favorite part. Tell us what part made you laugh. Tell us what part you don't agree with. We very interactive in the comments, man. Let us know what you think in the comments.
That part right there. Hey, so fellas, last thoughts, man, before we go ahead and wrap this up, man.
Go ahead, Mo. I'll let you start it off. I've been going first all night.
Oh, man. So I'm ready for the second half of this NBA season, man. This probably been the best Eastern Conference I've seen maybe since maybe mid 90s. You know, the AFC right now is the Brooklyn Nets. Just let that marinate on your mind. You know, and in the Western Conference, you got teams like the Lakers and Denver that are hovering towards the bottom of the standings that are really good teams. And I really don't know if Phoenix or Memphis want to play them guys in 7-game series. And the same thing could be said in the Eastern Conference. Milwaukee don't want to see Brooklyn in a 7-game series.
Miami don't either.
Or Miami, they don't want to see that out the gate. So that's what I'm looking forward to see the jockeying and the seeding and see how it's all going to play out.
You know what, guys? As we talked about it before we came on, right? It was a sneaky, underrated move today, man. With Gordon Dragic signing with Brooklyn, man. That's a sneaky, underrated move. Yep. And like you said, Jay Will, if healthy or what have you, if you know what I'm saying, good health involved or what have you, that can be a significant move at the end of the day that can help out Brooklyn big time, man. I like the trade that they made for Ben Simmons, man, because like I said, you got defensive presence. You got a guy that can pretty much guard all 5 positions. Yep. He can facilitate. He can defend. He can get to the basket. Yes, we all know that he does not have a jump shot, or maybe he do. We just haven't seen it yet. But I really think it's a good move. You got outside scoring with Seth, and then you picked up the center with Drummond and what have you. So he give you a physical presence down
which
low.
I think is actually, I know the last time we remember him in a full role was with the Lakers. I'm throwing that out. I think Drummond can still really be a great big man for y'all.
Absolutely.
I really do.
Absolutely, man. So that's definitely going to be interesting, man. And like I said, KD should be coming back next week from what we hear and what have you.
First game.
Yeah, first game. So yeah. So and like Mo, you definitely talked me out of getting tickets going to the damn Mo, you actually saved me in the
Hey, that's facts though. That's facts though.
Look here, hey Jay. Look here. I hit you guys. I'll say, man, let's go to this day. Let's go to this Philadelphia Nets game. Mo just threw a monkey in the ring and said, yeah, but that sounds good. But man, you don't know who's gonna play in that damn game.
Hey,
right.
Hey, them jokers,
they
can roll up on it like you don't know if their mentality is like back in the day. You knew hey, I see them, it's on. Them they could be like, well, let's sit it out and see them in the playoffs.
we got them again in 4 weeks.
You're right, bro. And this is the last game of the regular season that they'll be playing each other. But
what is the last game of the regular season?
It's the last game of the regular season.
Oh no, them boys probably gonna play because Brooklyn trying to move up as much as they can.
Yeah, I don't know if Brooklyn trying to move up though.
But you don't want to play no play-in game.
You only got 24 games left, Mo.
That's extra unneeded games you don't have to play. I think Brooklyn really trying to get 6 or better. They gonna move up. This is my theory though. I don't think they're gonna need that last game. I think they're gonna move up before then. I think they'll. Well, if they do, then they probably won't play.
Yeah, I was saying when he threw that shit, I was like, damn, man, I'd be the maddest son of a gun spending about $400-500 on the daggone ticket, man.
What's Philly incentive to play their players?
Well, I mean,
they need to let them play to get some camaraderie. They gotta play them. They gotta let Harden and Embiid get some camaraderie before that playoff.
I don't think they're gonna play that last game. Not Embiid.
Well, James Harden is due to play on the 25th, so he's due to play this week.
James Harden need to play for conditioning, but Embiid, if something happened to him in that March 10th game and you locked into a top 3, oh man, could you imagine?
Yeah, that's facts, but you got to let them play together though.
You have to, man.
Especially against a team of Brooklyn caliber. You got to let them try to act because the playoffs ain't the time to try to figure out how you're gonna play a tough team.
You got to figure that shit out now.
They got to play all them games together. Harden need to get in shape, and Embiid and Harden got to play. So because not only you got them two, you got to figure out how Harden and Embiid gonna get theirs while you still got Tobias Harris. Yeah. You still got
he's gonna be a third option.
Maxey, who's a youngin, who you don't want him to check out before the playoffs. You need everything he can give you.
Right
you know
now.
what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
is that the first time they would play Brooklyn?
Yeah, well, no, they played Brooklyn already. They played Brooklyn 4 times this year. They split 2-2.
So this will be the fifth.
This will be the 5th and last time, March 10th.
Yeah, man,
absolutely.
It's just too up in the air. Like
I know, man. When you said that, bro, I was like, okay.
Marks. Yeah, your ass ain't gonna pay to go see Thabule, Maxey, and Tobias Harris.
Jay, we'll just be real now. We were supposed to go to that Lakers Hornets game.
Yeah.
No AD,
no Westbrook.
And then
remember we was playing. I mean, no AD and Bron. No AD and Bron. Then on the other side, you didn't have Rozier.
So
all you had was LaMelo and Miles Bridges. That's it.
It ended up being a good game with that Russell Westbrook.
It was a good game.
Yeah, he fucked it up. But I mean, still. But when we talked about it, we wanted to pay our money to see Bron, AD.
Yeah.
You want to see everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'd have been pissed.
Yeah, we've been pissed, bro. But it worked out at the end. Well, look here, guys. We want to thank you for tuning in, man. We appreciate you tuning into the No Cap Sports Show podcast where sports and combos collide. Other than that, we'll see you next week. Good night.
Yes, sir.
Peace.